You haven't done your maths homework?
What maths homework?
I said, do your maths homework now.
Get off.
Boys,
Yeah,
go and do your maths homework.
Oh, yeah! Finally! Wait, how we pause this? I don't even know. Let's just leave it.
This sucks.
Hold up. Now what we just saw there was a big step, not only in time, but in technology and views. Over the years, maths has been dumbed down to a subject where endless testing and boring worksheets have monotonized the soul of maths, when in fact maths is a language which we speak to the world, the eyepiece which we see, and can make anything possible. So what went so horribly wrong, and how do we get to this stage? This video will explore the importance of maths in the real world, such as saving lives, creating computers, and assisting athletes. Maths makes anything possible. Let's start with the computer. There are 26.66 billion connected devices in the world today, making it a massive industry. Computers speak in a language called the binary number system, which is purely based on mathematics. Binary is used to represent each number in the computer. Reading and simple mathematical operations with binary is critical for basic programming of hardware. Linear algebra is also used to develop algorithms that minimize computer error while retaining maximum efficiency. These are just some of the math concepts used in computers. It is clear that without math, computers will not exist. The world will be a different place, and you'll not even be watching this video. At the polar opposite of computing, maths is still helping us understand designs found in nature and how we can apply it to real-world situations. This technique is called biomimicry. For example, hexagonal and geometrically sound honeycombs found in beehives provide a rigid structure. This has inspired designs such as the Duo in Singapore. The mathematically accurate honeycomb structure makes buildings more environmentally sound, efficient, and modern. Maths can be found everywhere in architecture. For example, the parabolic shape of the Sydney Harbour Bridge has been mathematically calculated to withstand the most amount of stress, so failures don't occur. Without this mathematical precision in architecture, buildings will not be as advanced and as strong as they are. Maths is making the world a more predictable place. Take, for example, the weather forecast. The machines which predict weather all across the globe are supercomputers, the size of buses. These machines collect weather observations such as moisture, temperature, and air pressure. The observations are in the form of numbers. The supercomputer plugs these observations into a series of mathematical algorithms that will predict what will happen in the next 16 days. These supercomputers also help us predict the future of climate change and what needs to be done to combat it. Weather predictions are a convenience which makes our lives much smoother and is taken for granted. Did you know maths is the fuel of one of the biggest industries in the world, the sport industry? In every sport, every hit of a ball, every step of a marathon has maths behind it. For example, in basketball, using the horizontal range equation to find out how hard you need to throw the ball at certain distances, making shooting from a range easier. Or in every sport, statistics is paramount in determining success. Statistics tell you percentages, times, and how well you're performing compared to other athletes. Whether it be statistics or an equation in every sport, maths assists athletes to become stronger, faster, and more resilient. In contrast to all these problems maths help us solve, saving lives is at the opposite. In hospitals, it may not be obvious, but maths is everywhere we look, from all the machines and techniques such as MRI, proportions, and ratios. For instance, the MRI uses mathematical algorithms to produce a cross-section of a human anatomy. By doing this, tumours and various other forms of hazard that are not visible by the outside can be treated with great precision. Or take proportions and ratios, which tell us how much of a certain drug must be administered to a certain person according to their body mass or age. Without this, a lot of people would die from overdose or not enough of the drugs. It is very clear that maths is the very fabric of society, doing amazing things in the world today. But what does maths have to do with the future? Maths is going hand in hand with physics to make quantum computers. Quantum computers are extremely powerful and perform tasks exponentially faster than conventional computers. This requires new mathematical algorithms and maths to understand and harness the power of quantum realm. Thanks to maths, in a few years we will have quantum computers. We'll take the journey to Mars, which will commence in the next few years. For this to be successful, the path of the rockets such as slingshots around planets must be precisely calculated with the amount of fuel in mind. This overwhelming evidence reinforces the importance of maths in our world and future. Without maths, none of the things we take for granted today would be possible. The moral of this video is not for you to finish your maths worksheets on time or ace all of your tests, but to take maths for what it really is. Maths can be interesting, maths can be fun, so I encourage you to take maths for what it really is, not what it has become. Maths truly makes anything possible.